Alright, hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, dude, what's up with this video they showed me?
Okay.
You seen that?
What what video?
This one they sent. I don't know, it seems like you're like evading questions or something, I don't know.
No, that's a montage made to look bad. It's completely out of context.
I don't know, I mean, it kind of seems like you did it too on the other one. Yeah, I mean, just like just now.
Are you referring to the other hangout?
Yeah, no, I mean,
Okay.
the Discord call.
Say that again.
The Discord call that we're just in. Or,
Yeah. The reason why I stopped talking is Jack Angstrike is a cyber stalker. He's been stalking me along with a small cult of followers for 5 years. Whatever room that I go into, he has publicly stated that it is his purpose to overtalk me, to interrupt me, and to block me from talking with anybody.
wait, even that one guy who, that guy we were talking about earlier with like the Molinism?
Yeah, that's Joe Sonseed. He's a more subtle troll. He doesn't make it as obvious, but once you get to know him, you will find out that he is in fact a troll. He's a total scumbag. He does a better job of concealing it. He's a very deceptive and dishonest individual.
Hmm.
Okay, and you'll find out the hard way after you interact with him long enough. Okay,
So you've known him for 5 years?
I've known Joe for maybe 1 or 2 years on Google Hangouts. He's a reprehensible troll. He used to get destroyed when before he started trolling. When I would debate him, he would get utterly destroyed in the debate. So he became friends with Jack Angstrike, who was a cyber stalker and a supreme troll. And so Jack taught him how to troll people.
Hmm.
Okay, and you'll notice you'll notice that when I confronted Joe is in a habit of stating things as fact and misrepresenting things. He doesn't care about the accuracy of the things that he states. For example, I confronted him about William Lane Craig, and I said, "Where did Craig say this?" And he's like, "Homina, homina, 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 homina."
Oh,
And in fact, I've read the book. I've read the book.
thinking.
I've read the book. Hold on one second.
No, no.
It's The Only Wise God, that specifically deals with God's foreknowledge and the future. He hasn't even read it, and yet he's trying to tell you what Craig's view is on Molinism.
Oh, yeah, yeah, actualization of events thing, or reality thing.
Yeah, well, Craig's view on God's foreknowledge is that God innately knows the truth value of all propositions, and God doesn't mentally actualize all events to see what the outcomes are, nor does he see the future because the future doesn't exist. Okay, and that's
Oh,
Craig's position.
hmm.
But because he hasn't read Craig's books, he's only watched a few videos. He misrepresents Craig.
And what's your opinion on, Godless?
Um, she is a cyber stalker as well. She belongs to a small cult that centers around Jack Angstrike. She's a mentally disturbed woman who has a criminal history, drug history. Um, she's on psychiatric medicine. By her own confession, she goes around to stores and shoplifts and rips them off. She and her boyfriend, who's another cult follower of Jack Angstrike by the name of Realistic Nihilist, go around to restaurants, ripping off restaurants left and right. And she's just basically an internet troll. She doesn't care who she trolls as long as she trolls it, right?
Hmm.
And she is befriended by Jack because she's a useful idiot. Okay. See, if you're new to the group, you're not going to know who these
Oh,
people
I have no
are.
idea who they are.
Okay.
Hmm.
Have you seen Jack's internet video?
Which one? Sorry. Which video?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'll be right with you. Hold on.
All right, no problem.
All right, take a look at your messages.
All right.
You can't let people.
Now watch that video. That'll tell you all you need to know about Jack Angstrike. Okay.
All right.
You can't let people ruin a film. I mean, it's true enough that you can't let them ruin a rare film. You know, a print comes from Europe, and you go to see it, and somebody is talking or eating, you know, making noise. I mean, to me, it's not a moral question in the sense that those people don't actually have a right to do that. I think they do have a right to do it. They have a right to ruin the film for other people. I think everybody has the right to do whatever they want. But what that vision of the world, that kind of Hobbesian,
But,
I think, but what that vision of the world, that kind of Hobbesian vision of the world, what that, you know, indicates then is that also means you have the right to stop people, you know. So there's this ridiculous woman. She came in late, of course. She started making noise. She was eating, I think. She changed her seat and she sat right in front of me. And I was so annoyed that she was sitting in front of me that I started to kick her chair. And I was hoping that by kicking her chair I would get her to move. And she turned to me and she said, stop kicking the chair. And I said, well, next time, why don't you get here on time? And so she said, what does that have to do with anything? But she didn't wait to hear an answer. She just sort of went back to watching the movie. But I went back to continuing to kick her chair. And then she got up, and now she was actually stood up and was really obstructing my view, you know. So I knocked her down. And unfortunately, you know, she seemed to hurt herself really badly. I mean, I wasn't intending to hurt her really badly. I mean, I did knock her down with a certain amount of force, you know, and I knew I was angry and that she sounded like she was in terrible pain. And I actually felt bad, you know. I was like very angry that she was ruining my experience of the film, but I thought, you know, she doesn't really deserve to be wailing in pain like that. But of course, her pain was not enough for me to get up and do anything about it. You know, I wasn't going to get up and apologize. I wasn't going to help carry her out into the lobby, because then I would be missing the film, you know. And really, it is true that, you know, I mean, you know, if somebody were having a heart attack, or, you know, it's a strange thing to admit, you know, but really, I mean, it would be very hard for me to, you know, to feel any sense of moral compunction, you know, about, you know, what to do for another human being, you know, who was in trouble during the movie, if it meant missing the film in order to help them, you know, so, you know, I just let her lie there. And in fact, you know, I realized then that I was in danger because, you know, somebody started saying they should call the police, you know, and I knew that the police were going to come, you know, or that it was likely that they would come. And really, at that point, if I had, you know, if I were not a cinephile, a true cinephile, I would have left the theater and escaped, you know, so there would have been no witness that could have proven it was me or whatever, you know. But instead, I waited until the end of the film, and of course the police were there to arrest me immediately after, and that's what happened, you know. What's great is that I'm probably the only person who like handed in photos that made me look like a serial killer, you know, for my little New York Film Festival passes, like that. That looks like a serial killer, right? God.
this
It's
is
funny, isn't it?
Is this really him?
These are probably from the early 90s, I would think.
Oh, that's him. Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Did you watch the second video?
No. Let me see.
Okay.
What is this fucking community? It's such a strange.
Now the videos that are on Darwin's Greatest Hits, one of Jack Angstrike's cult followers put all of those videos together, and it's an attempt to take me out of context and to smear me. It's just an attack site. And by the way, it violates YouTube's terms of service.
Oh, really?
You see, do you ever heard of Pal Talk?
No.
Okay, Pal Talk is like Discord. It has some similarities and dissimilarities. It's a turn-based chat rooms. And I would crush atheists. I would just totally destroy them. And he was furious. And so he tried to get me into private conversations. And so I had a couple of private Skype conversations with him. And the guy, his pornography is philosophy. And so what he just throws is he throws out philosophical statements and jargon, but he just hair splits, goes down rabbit trails, and so there's no talking. What he employs philosophical terminology and nomenclature to obfuscate and to obstruct the conversation, no matter which way it turns. So I finally realized what I was dealing with here. Okay, this guy's just simply an obstructionist and a contrarian. And he considers himself, a philosophical, not a genius, but he thinks he's the most philosophically adept person around. So I stopped talking with him, and that's when he started to stalk me. And he's been cyber stalking me for 5 years. So if I'm in certain rooms where he can get away with it, he'll make a pretense of wanting to join the conversation, and it's simply to fill up the time so it'll block me from interacting with people such as yourself or that other guy.
Oh my god, dude.
And he has a group of people, anywhere from 5 to 10 people who are his groupies, who act as his surrogates.
Let me watch the second video.
You can't let people ruin a film. I've had to rip the food out of somebody's hands and throw it on the floor. But really, there's no alternative. If you don't get up and beat the person up or threaten them or something, then you're going to actually have the film be ruined. And you have the right to kill them. You have the right to do whatever you need to get them to stop. I mean, killing them is not a very practical solution, because then when the film ends, and maybe even before it ends, you get arrested. You can't let people ruin a film. I mean, it's true enough that you can't.
Oh man, so they've been stalking you, huh?
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
They've been stalking you? Like,
Say that again?
Who is this Jack guy anyways? Like, what? You guys met once, right? You destroyed him in a debate, and then from then on, you just never let that go?
No. I said I destroyed atheists on Pal Talk, and he resented that, so he tried to talk with me. He tried to win me over, but he just employed his usual tactics of phony philosophy. And then ever since I brushed him off, then he started to I started to ignore him, and because of that, he deeply resented it. So he recruited others on Pal Talk to cyber stalk me, Okay, and then he followed me over to Google Plus, and then over here to Discord. Did you hear the intensity of the hatred of Gigi when she was speaking about me?
Who, Godless?
Yeah, Godless girl Gigi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is the kind of people he recruits.
I mean, it wasn't necessarily hatred. It's more of like cautionary. Like, what they she told me.
You didn't hear her tone of voice.
I mean, it was like she was saying that essentially that you hound people who aren't the most like gifted intellectually, and that
Okay,
you
that's their
humiliate them.
that's their narrative. Hmm.
Yeah, and that you humiliate them. That's like,
Right, that's their narrative.
how did she know you were going to invite me? Because like she was saying in the voice chat, she was like, "Oh, he's gonna invite you, and then
Well,
humiliate
because
you."
how am I supposed to converse with somebody without being obstructed and having them interfere?
Oh, that's true. That's a
Well,
weird. It's
these
a weird
people
scenario.
are, yeah, they are weird.
So weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just like.
yeah, and what you don't know is they have been cyber stalking me for years, following me from room to room to room to room to
Here's
room.
the situation.
Okay,
Darwin has a course called a troll list, and
Okay,
we have got anybody who asks for one of these 8.
they hate me with a passion. They don't want me to be able to interact with others,
so they stalk you.
and unfortunately, the room owner of Krillism thinks it's funny. Okay. Now there are other rooms where that won't be tolerated. I have my own server now that is starting to grow. This room, and they can't come in here. By the way, are you familiar with Google Plus Hangouts?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Well, there is a flaw in Google Hangouts, but it's deliberate, where anybody can enter the external chat and can remove anybody from the room. I used to I have my own Google Hangouts and invite atheists from the public on YouTube to come and watch the live broadcast. Well, Godless Girl, Realistic Nihilist, her boyfriend, both of which are the two biggest groupies of Jack Angstrike, would come into the room and snipe my room. They would cause the room to crash.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
And every time I start a room on Google Plus, they try to snipe or take the room down.
How did they find your
Right.
Discord?
So, um, there was a guy on Google Plus who found out about it, and then the word spread. But you see, here's the thing: is now when I hold Hangouts to invite atheists from the public, the link is to this room, and then I live stream it to YouTube, and they cannot snipe this room. They can't bring it down.
Hmm.
Yeah, they'll just tell you a narrative that I put people on my troll list because I can't answer their questions.
Yeah,
Okay.
they said that. I saw that in the video.
Yeah, that's garbage. Okay. The reason why they're on my troll list is because of chronic bad behavior and trolling. Okay. Like there's a video of me screaming at Joe Sonseed that he's an effing troll. That was late at night, and it was an off-air broadcast, but somebody secretly recorded it, and he deliberately tried to piss me off and troll me, and so they recorded it. So this is the kind of crap that they're doing.
What is wrong with them, dude? What do you like? What?
Do you understand that the internet is filled with trolls and stalkers?
I didn't. I knew there were trolls, but I didn't know to this extent. You know,
Yeah, well,
like they've made a whole YouTube channel over you.
yeah, the guy who does it is a groupie of Jack Angstrike.
What the fuck?
Like I'll join a server, they beg people, say, whatever new servers Darth Dawkins goes on to, tell me about it.
Really?
Yes.
And like, what's the point of that? Like, why did they do that?
Because they're stalkers.
What the fuck?
Do you know what a stalker
A
is?
stalker is, yeah. So I mean, it's like someone who follows, right? It's like, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Yeah. And well, in this case, it's called cyber stalking because it's on the internet.
So it's like finding where you are and
Right, and they're
following.
trying, and they're constantly searching the internet, trying to dox me.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with these people?
Now, do you know why I don't respond to him?
Yeah, I mean, if it's going on for years, definitely.
5 years.
5 years.
Don't take my word for it. Ask anyone else. I'll go into another server, and 5 of them will jump in the room if I enter, if they see that I'm in there. If I leave, they leave. If I go into another room, they join that room. If I go back to that original room, they go back to that original room.
One second.
I'm being very polite to everybody. Don't fucking interrupt me.
MK,
MK, please! MK, you gonna allow these guys to troll? I didn't finish. Suck my dick. I can see my dick. Oh my god.
fucking liar! You're being a fucking asshole as usual. Eject him from the room.
I do not call people trolls lightly. I have not been hogging the microphone. I'm trying to carry on a civil conversation. Do you reject all circular reasoning?
You are wrong! You are wrong!
The uniformity of nature. I'm basically a nice person. I'm a patient person. Come right into her face. MK, you gonna allow these guys to troll? I didn't finish.
Oh man.
Here's
Times, and I know he's tried to put you straight, but you've got him on your troll list, so I don't know how often you're going to talk to him.
So
Hey,
that's who you're dealing with.
Really want to test the strength
Apparently.
of your steel? Why don't you go to those 15 questions that have been up on the internet since the dawn of fucking time, forget where they came from, and just try to answer them?
I mean, let me see the video real quick.
I don't talk to him.
Okay, can you? What the fuck did he say?
He basically said that you can't have reliable.
You say what he said because that was perfect.
Yeah, you can't
Okay,
have reliable induction with
Why don't you
miracles
talk to him? Hold on, wait a minute here. Evolution. Why don't you talk to that guy?
He's a stalker.
So why? I don't understand. Like,
What are you listening to?
I asked
This
this
video
question.
the one that they posted.
Yeah, these are all out of context, and then they're spliced together.
So when you're saying you won't talk to this guy because he's a troll, this is a guy who's been following you for like 5 years, right? But they don't get that?
Well, it's Jack Angstrike and other of his groupies that are nonstop stalkers and trolls. Now, there are a couple of other people that are nonstop trolls that I've added to my list. Okay, it has nothing to do with my inability to respond to them intellectually or theologically.
evolution.
See, I'm not going to give anyone else dignity and respect in terms of talking with them if they constantly or are chronically trolling, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to draw a line in the sand. Now, I'll put up with some trolling, but when it's chronic,
Over years?
Right.
Yeah. Wait, so... Like, who's Godless, though? Because, like, she's the main person sending me these videos.
Godless Girl is a very deranged woman in her early 30s. Okay,
Do you like,
she has.
you know her name, or not? Or you know?
Well, yeah, I know who she is. I know her name.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why is because she's posted it before. Now, I'm not going to tell you what her name is because I don't want to be accused of docking, but I know who she is because. Based upon what others have said about her, all right?
Yeah.
and she's a cyber stalker, right? She has a long criminal history, by her own confession on the internet.
What like what?
She credit card fraud, shoplifting, ripping off restaurants, all sorts of. This is by her own confession, by the way, right?
Yeah.
She's a psychiatric patient. She's on psychiatric drugs, right?
Yeah.
And she's a groupie of Jack Angstrike, right? These are people who delight in trolling.
Huh. Who's Gus?
Gus?
Yeah.
Gus is a really obnoxious atheist. Why?
There's a video where he's like talking.
Yeah, Gus is a mental case.
He sounds pretty smart though.
No, he's not. He's easy to defeat in a debate. The reason why he sounds smart is because he has a wide vocabulary.
Really?
Man, what the hell is so hard?
He's another troll.
You don't get to be star quarterback anymore. We're playing both sides of the court now. Now it's your turn to play defense.
Can anybody tell me?
Now it's your turn to play defense.
Could anybody tell me what
Now
Gus
it's your. Hey, are you paying attention? You're not the star quarterback. It's you and me, sweet cakes. Come on.
Could anybody else?
Why won't you stick to the tenets of your own faith?
I'll wait till you're done ranting.
I tell you what. You know what would be a great place for you to wait in a country called Smarten Up.
It's just an attack site. The videos are out of context.
So that guy, yeah, so the guy who's talking with us earlier, right? The Molinism guy, was he Jack or was he just one of the trolls?
What's your question?
You remember the guy earlier who's like talking about Molinism,
Yeah.
right? Who's like said the thing will incorrect.
Yeah, yeah.
Was that Jack?
I think that's who it was. Yeah, yeah. Jack is a rabid anti-theist.
Really? What about Godless?
She's a rabid anti-theist too.
Oh man. Are you sure that guy was Jack though? Because he sounded pretty sincere.
I'm 100% positive.
Really?
Okay. Yes.
That's so weird. So he just wanted to appear like the victim in that?
Yes. Yeah, Jack is a liar.
Your first name is Josh, right?
No.
Oh, he called you Josh, I thought, right? Or was that someone else?
No, they're probably referring to one of the other cyber stalkers named Josh.
Oh. Gigi, she is apparently the like VVIP, whatever that is.
She's what?
On the Krill server, she's like a very, very, very important person, I guess.
The reason why because she's a nutbag and she entertains them because she's so crazy. You want to see a video of the two of them?
Sure.
They got busted by a restaurant trying to rip off the restaurant.
What the fuck? What kind of community? What kind of people have I fucking walked into, man? It's so weird. Let me see that video, man.
All right, I'm uploading a video to your messages.
All right.
Now, this video was pointed to by her and her boyfriend, Josh, so I'm not doxing them, Okay, this is a video caught by a restaurant owner with them trying to rip off the restaurant by pretending they found a bug.
What the fuck? Hell no.
These are the number 2 groupies of Jack Angstrike. Watch the video.
Alright, wait up. What a fuck bunch of weirdos, bro.
Well, I tried to tell you.
Let's see.
Watch the video.
I am.
Then, after they got busted, they went back on Facebook and gave bad reviews of the restaurant who they were trying to rip off. Then they recruited other of Jack Angstrike's groupies to go onto Facebook and post past reviews and attack the owner of the store who caught them trying to rip them off.
Yep, they have huge plates. Makes sense.
And the owner of the restaurant posted this on his Facebook page.
How did you come to conclude that this was her?
She said that it was her,
Oh.
as well as her skeezy boyfriend. She's appeared on other videos as well.
Ew, what the fuck? Wait, let me see the video again and see where she put it in. So it was like a live roach, it looked like.
Yeah, and they were asked how many restaurants they've done this to, and they said 100.
That's her boyfriend, right? Not Jack.
That's Realistic Nihilist, one of Jack's #1 groupies.
He's a fucking con artist, huh?
Oh yeah, they're bad. They're bad people. Okay, you see that video I posted?
Yeah. See?
Okay, that's Jack Angstrike's #1 groupie. And he cyber stalks me from room to room to room to room. He's been cyber stalking me for 4 years.
So it's the guy on the fake, the restaurant video.
Yeah, and that he's the boyfriend of Godless Girl, and he's a cyber stalker.
Alright.
He stalks me from room to room to room with Jack.
This is me doing Nicki Minaj. Okay.
a quick video before I go to bed, because I just felt compelled to give my commentary on this situation. And if it in any way helps my social media browsing, if my influence is at reaching at all, then that would just make my browsing so much more simpler. So anyway, there's this woman named Rachel that has been getting a lot of media coverage.
So, so now you have a clear picture of why I don't talk with these guys.
Oh yeah, man. I see it now.
But they'll have you believe that I'm some nefarious person.
I don't believe that. I thought at first with the video, but I mean, you judge people by what they, their actions, and
Well, yeah. Well, you can take out of context
yeah, I know.
situations. Look. What if we took snippets of you getting angry with people in your life, and we just put those all together in a montage? Would that make you look terrible?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know.
See, this is how obsessed these people are with me. They keep on producing more and more and more of these videos. Okay, the guy who does it is a groupie of Jack Angstrikes. Jack has a little cult.
What do you mean by groupie, by the way? Like just friend?
Well, they're more than just friends. They all look up to Jack as their mentor. He's their atheist mentor.
Oh.
Okay. And they're all groupies around Jack, and the reason why they cyberstalk me is at his bequest. He's the one who's behind it all. They just don't do it of their own volition. He's behind it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, dude. They've been telling me to record you, but I'm obviously not gonna fucking give them it now on this shit, but they're telling me.
Yeah, well, don't you see how obsessed they are?
Yeah, I see how manipulative they are too. Like totally manipulative.
What else did they told you to record me, huh?
Yeah, but yeah, they told me to record you. They told me to stream you. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I feel like kind of, I don't know, trolling them now a little bit. Look, they said, let me just give you the entire conversation, right? There's like, please don't go into the server. He'll humiliate you and put you on YouTube. I've known this guy for years, right? And then I said,
Wait a minute. They told you that I would humiliate you and put you on YouTube?
yeah, I know the irony.
No, that's false. I do stream to YouTube, but I announce to the participants that if they have a problem with it going live, and nobody ever says no, or that it's a problem.
But yeah, I said strange guy. She said you should watch some of his videos. They're hilarious. And then she posted the picture of questions, a compilation. And yeah, she said this video is a work of art. Who's that one guy? No, I don't mean to sound racist, but he sounds black.
That's probably either psycho atheist or a wolf.
He has like a masked guy as his like thing.
Yeah, that's psycho atheist. He's a mental case.
Really?
Ask me questions if I can't ask them questions. That's my policy. My policy is we play both sides of the fucking court. I told you, this ain't football. You ain't the star quarterback. This is basketball. We playing both sides of the court. All right?
Yeah.
You got to play some fucking defense. You got to answer some of my motherfucking questions if you want me to answer yours. It don't work like that. All right? No, you didn't answer my question. You didn't. Are you a scholar? Yes or no?
I'm just Kurt.
Are you a scholar? Yes or no?
I make no claims.
Yes or no? God damn, man. What the hell is so hard about saying yes or no?
Actually, I'm talking.
So when he asked you if you're a scholar, you just didn't want to get it out because like you don't want them even knowing even more stuff about you.
No, because it's superfluous. He's just trying to change the subject, which is what he did. They just hate me because I crush the atheists.
And dude, this is funny. But like, let me see what else they said. Sick. She has a spy account apparently. Oh, that's another thing.
Did she say what it was?
No, but I think she joined in it earlier.
Yeah, that was probably the Pentecostal puppy.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you'll notice when I asked Pentecostal puppy to say hello, that person left.
Yep, it was her. Pretty sure it was her.
Yep. You see, they're just obsessed with me.
This is fucking weird. This is really weird. She said, yeah, she said I'm there. She said I am there and it's on a spy account. Please tell me what he says to you.
They're obsessed.
Can you record for us your interaction with him? Or yeah, she literally says we are obsessed with this guy. Literally.
There you go.
Yeah, then she was like saying, please record it. She said maybe you can get the recording on that YouTube channel. I could give it to the owner. He says Jack is a troll, right? And she said he's afraid of Jack. Jack is Angstrike. He calls everybody who can defeat his argument a troll.
Yeah, that's their narrative.
She said, "Don't let him sucker you into answering his questions. First, talk to us, and we will."
You see, she was under the impression that you're an atheist. Okay.
Oh.
All right. She didn't realize that you're a believer, and so she's they don't like the fact that I'm so effective with arguing and debating against the atheists. Okay, so that's why she was writing to you that way.
I should pretend I'm a Christian now, dude.
What?
I should pretend you converted me into a Christian.
Well, I thought you said you were a Christian.
No, I know. I should pretend that you've converted me.
Well, don't say that because that'll be too blatant. What you should just do is just pretend that I brought you to the point that you feel like becoming a Christian.
All right,
that'll be much better. And tell them I talked to you in the room. Tell them that you're convinced that and use these words that the God of the Bible is the necessary precondition for rationality.
Okay, wait, one second.
And they will flip out. All right, listen. I will join the room under a different name. Okay.
Okay, wait. I gotta write this out. Dude. All right. So tell me exactly what to say. All right.
Well, here's the problem. Somebody may have heard you earlier say that you were a believer, like Joe Sonseed, so it might not go over. But if they don't remember, just tell them that you're thinking seriously of becoming a Christian because Darth showed you how God is the necessary precondition for meaningfulness, intelligibility, for anything to make sense. Okay, they will freak out if you tell them that. All right, wait a minute. Don't go in yet. I'm gonna go into the room
One
through.
sec. I gotta write this down. All right, so I'm gonna be like, I'll go in there and be like, yeah, and just like Darth really like convinced me that like God is really the necessary precondition for like meaningless intelligibility and for anything that makes sense really. Like say something like that. That good or no?
They'll just say like that. They'll just freak.
Alright, wait up. That's so dumb. Oh man. Give me a minute. Alright, I wanna see who might have heard me say I'm a Christian. I could block whoever heard me.
Well, blocking just prevents them from sending you messages. That's all.
Dang.
We'll just tell them that you had talked with me previously and you had persuaded you to seriously consider becoming a Christian. They'll freak out. They will go nuts if they thought that I persuaded you.
Alright. Oh, we should go to Gigi's room, I think. That's the best way, because that way, like,
What room is that?
You see Gigi's room? Right.
Which one is it?
It's in Krill. It's right. Oh, even
no, don't do it in her room. Go into the main room.
Are you sure? There might have been people who heard. Or let's just do it, I guess. Alright, so I'm sure like, yeah, Darth, what's your name? Darth, yeah.
It's Darth Dawkins.
I'm sure, like, yeah, Darth really convinced me that, there is a God for sure.
All right, hold on a second. I'm gonna go. You can go into Gigi's room, and I'll join. Okay. I'll join under a fake name. Okay.
All right. Man, this is worrying, man. Like, I don't know why. All right. So let me just. I'm sorry for like repeating myself. All right. So what do you want me to say explicitly, exactly? So that way.
All right. Go in there, and I'll be listening.
And you'll tell me, I guess, or what?
Just go in there right now.
All right.
Brenda's here every day. She's just not here at the moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Brenda had came up because I was arguing with these dudes. Apparently, Brenda was arguing with them days before, and Brenda's name came up.
Darth Dawkins is still around. He was just here this morning.
Yeah, I bet he is. He's a troll. He's a troll. He's mad because he's on my troll list too, and I'm not letting him off.
Yeah, that Darwin's Greatest Hit video was so funny when you're like, he's stalking me.
He does stalk me. Like, he be getting under dip. Y'all don't even realize the app. He'll get under a troll account and hit me up on Google Hangouts and just invite me in some little random as empty hangout with just him in there and everything else. And like she said, it would be like him and like another person or something. They'd be trying to get me to conversate. I'm like, Doctor, I'm not fucking with you. You're on my troll list. Leave me alone. Why are you harassing me?
That's hilarious.
Darth is playing Atheist Jeopardy all alone by himself.
I don't know, man. I feel like Darth.
Oh, Watcher of Dog, what happened?
Guys, I think I'm a Christian now.
Are you joking?
No, man. It's like made some pretty good arguments.
Want to go talk to in Ang Strike server and talk to him? Tell us what happened.
Not really. Just stay here, I guess. We'll chill here.
Oh, so you were an atheist though?
Yeah.
What did he say about me?
You're crazy.
I'm a Christian theist.
Psycho, tell Watcher. Watcher just met Darth this morning. He just talked to him for an hour. Tell Watcher about Darth.
Oh, well, he's gonna beat you to death about the uniformity of nature, He's gonna constantly answer all your questions with another question. He's gonna interrogate you. He's gonna he's a clown. He's a troll. He's not here for genuine kind of conversation. He's here just to pretty much flash a light in your face and treat you like he's the police and he's
But
trying
he'll be nice to you at first.
Oh yeah, he will. He'll lull you to sleep in the beginning, and he'll talk to you nicer than he talks to everybody else just to suck you in. And then the second he realizes he got you, that's when he's gonna start being a douchebag to you.
Really? In what way? What ways will he be a douchebag?
He wants to make you look stupid. He'll ask you question after question until he stumps you up.
Yeah, he'll keep repeating
Sometimes
the
he'll
same
even call
question.
people stupid.
He'll keep repeating the same question over and over again until you answer it the way he needs you to answer it because he's on script. So he needs you to stay on script. And if you're not on script, he starts getting pissed off. And he'll start trying to antagonize you with little condescending ass remarks and everything else until he finally gets you until you get frustrated enough to where you just say fuck it and you just answer it the way he wants you to answer it just to get the conversation moving. You get stuck on the same thing for like 20 minutes.
Man, I don't know. I feel like what Darth said made me really consider it though. I mean, it's like it was rational stuff, really.
See, this guy is not going to be abused by EF because he's a pushover.
It's a pushover? What do you mean? Or am I a pushover?
You just laid down and accepted everything he said without a hint of skepticism.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. I've been
you
skeptic
didn't
for a
challenge
while.
him. Oh, that's why you didn't challenge him.
Oh really? That's why.
We know how to he doesn't even have an argument, really. We know how to defeat him. He just won't talk to anybody that can defeat him.
I mean, from what my understanding is that you guys have been following him around, harassing him. Seems like.
Well, not really. I mean, if they up in here and he knows they up in here and he comes up in here, who's following who?
Oh, were you guys here to begin with?
They was here before him.
I don't know. I just find it a little strange that you guys have taken such a great interest in one guy. You know. Seems a little stalkery, to be honest.
Do you think stalking is always wrong?
I mean, for the most part, yeah.
What if you're stalking with good intentions?
Like, what's the intention here?
What if it's justified stalking?
To stop a bully from bullying people.
Really? What if there's like the possibility that it's not wrong? It's not right. You know.
What?
What if it's the possibility that the purpose for the stalking isn't right? You've just been stalking for a wrong
Russian
purpose all the
spies
time.
stalking Americans?
What was that?
Justified?
Sorry.
What'd you say, Fangel?
I said, is Russian spies stalking Americans during the Cold War right?
I mean, in the eyes of the Russians, yeah. That's the thing.
See, he just tried to turn you against us. He spent all that time trying to turn you against us.
But that's the thing, you guys. So have you, GG. It's, you know what I mean? It seems like this is very, yeah. I don't know.
You just started coming around here recently?
No, I just joined the server like literally this morning, like 9 a.m.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have this conversation in about, 2 months? We'll have this conversation again in about 2 months. I promise you your opinion will change.
Really?
Look, if you stick around, don't even believe me right now. If you stick around, you'll see that what we're saying about him is completely true. He just wants to attack who he thinks the weakest person is around, and because other people get in the way that know how to defeat his argument, he wants to separate them from the bunch and take them into his own server and humiliate them.
Remember when I wrecked him, like yesterday?
Yeah, that was great, Fangel.
But this guy's just going to be another Brojo or Antonio, you know. So yeah, it's not really.
Oh wait, he's a theist? You a theist?
No, he said he converted to Christianity because of EF this morning.
I mean, I kind of want to become a theist now because of Darth.
I bet like half the people in the server want to kick the shit out of Brojo.
You a theist. All right. That's why you defended him so hard.
No,
It makes
no,
sense
before I
now.
wasn't. Before I was more agnostic.
You gotta be trolling us when you say you converted because of him.
Yeah, that don't even make sense.
Why? You don't think he has a capability of doing that?
No, he doesn't. He's even admitted before his goal isn't even to convert people.
Really, that's like the main thing
What
about
argument
Christianity.
what argument did he give you? Because I can subvert it right now. Look, I have to go to work. I have to go back to work in 2 minutes. I can subvert his argument that quickly. Tell me the argument.
The arguments? You're just saying
Yeah.
like the cosmological argument. That was one of them.
EF didn't give you a cosmological argument.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because I've known this guy for years, and he used to use the cosmological argument all the time. And when atheists kept beating him on it, he resorted to presuppositionalism.
What is it? What's that?
Which cosmological argument? Which cosmological argument did he give?
What was that?
Which cosmological argument did he give?
Just something like along the lines of like there's like a necessary precondition for like God's like a necessary precondition.
You're lying.
No, I mean no, he's all saying.
Oh wait, that's not the cosmological argument.
Oh,
that's
sorry.
presuppositionalism.
Yeah,
The cosmological argument is everything has a cause and the universe has a cause, therefore, or everything has a cause and the universe had to be. Everything that begins to exist has a cause and the universe began to exist, therefore the universe has a cause, and then they argue from that it's God. The necessary precondition thing is that what he wants to claim is that the Christian worldview is the only worldview in which you can know things from. Right?
Yeah.
Is that what he talked about?
Yeah, so along the lines of that. But I just wonder. I just can't get get past the fact that you guys have been following this guy for years. You don't find a problem with that? It's just so weird.
He's a Lowe's cow.
Huh?
He's a Lowe's cow. People laugh at him. He's a clown.
Even so, why would you like follow him? I don't see the purpose in that.
It's entertainment.
Yeah, it's entertaining to me, but all the reason the other people follow him is because they want to stop him from being a bully. What's wrong with that?
Being a bully.
Like, you don't even have to believe me yet. You'll see it in the future. But assume that just assume for a minute that what I'm saying is true. That what he really wants is just to bully people, question them, and make them look stupid. And then people follow him around to stop him from doing that. People that know how to respond to his questions. Who's the bad guy and who's the good guy in that situation?
Were you guys here earlier when he was like talking about Molinism and arguing with that guy earlier or no?
I came in at the end of it. But I know every fucking argument this guy uses.
Yeah, I know.
So.
Who was that guy he was arguing with though? Was that your guy?
Angstrike?
Yeah, him. Was that him he was arguing with? I have no
Well,
idea.
Darth doesn't talk to Angstrike because Angstrike will just defeat him. But Angstrike jumps in and responds to what he's saying to stop him from humiliating people.
Yeah, just stick around a little bit longer. You'll see. You ain't got to take people's word for it.
All right, man.
Just remember everything that's being said.
If you're right, then I'll give you the recording. Because I have everything.
Oh, he's going to piss you off. He pisses off theists, too. You being a theist ain't going to protect you. He argues with them, too.
Oh, you don't want to give me the recording?
I mean, I could. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem right.
Please. Please.
Go ahead, Gigi.
He recorded EF talking about us this morning, and now he doesn't want to give it to us.
Oh, he got it. Okay, yeah, play it.
Please. Please watch her, dog.
Wait. Is it, but is no, for real though, is Angstrike, is Jack the guy who's like talking about beating the old woman, or is he?
Yeah, but look, notice in the video, did Angstrike ever say the woman was old? No. EF just throws that part on. He's dishonest.
But was it a woman though? It was a
Yeah,
human
but
being.
Yeah, but he was trying to be funny for the documentary he was in.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But even if Angstrike is a serial killer, right? In real life, what he's doing on the internet with Darth Dawkins, he has good intentions.
And that he wants to prevent people from being humiliated.
Please send me the recording, Whatcher dog. I love you.
I don't know, man. I don't want to be I don't know. I don't want to Judas him. I don't want to Judas anybody.
Please.
The real question is, why do you want it so bad?
Because it's so entertaining.
How? What's entertaining about hearing Dawkins speak?
Look, Darth Dawkins. Other people hate him. I don't hate him. He's just fucking one of the most unique characters I've ever encountered. And it's not just the people that follow him around that are obsessed with him. People sit around and talk about him all the time. He's like notorious in our community.
Really? And like what he said, like what do you how do you respond to like the things he said about you?
The art, like what, when he argues for God?
No, he was like personal attacks.
Look, I can give you recordings of this guy right now. I used to be addicted to heroin. I can give you a recording of this guy telling me to go overdose on heroin and die.
Really? He said
Yeah,
that?
he uses personal attacks all the time.
Yeah, I can give you a recording of him saying that, calling me fat, saying that I had my kids taken away from me, which isn't even true. Talking about how I have a criminal record and a drug history and shit.
You're kidding.
Yeah, being racist, all types of stuff. He's not opposed to insults.
I don't understand though. He's like he seemed morally upright when I talked to him. Is that just like a show or something?
Lots of times he doesn't even have any friends on the internet besides this one kid Brojo that follows him around, but he really just uses Brojo to get
It's disgusting how he
hang out
follows
going with
How old is Brojo?
Yeah.
It's
And
disgusting.
Brojo's fucking 16. Oh yeah, another video we have is of him arguing with trying to fucking humiliate these kids that haven't even gone through puberty yet. These little kids. Psycho, have you seen that video?
Which one you said?
It's Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader on Darwin's Greatest Hits.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
Wait, let me see his YouTube channel actually. I want to see.
Darwin's Greatest Hits been slowing down on the videos. He must be running out of material.
If you guys give me like substantial proof that he's like an asshole, like anecdotal, I don't care. This is a weird dynamic though that's going on. Like, this is honestly the weirdest dynamic between a group of people and an individual that I've ever encountered.
I'll be right back, but yeah, I can get you some links.
He made a Darth Dawkins versus Batman and Superman.
Yeah, but that video's not really funny unless you know the history behind Darth Dawkins and
Yeah, that video was hilarious.
Well, now I know what Joe Sunseed looks like.
You know what?
Joe Sunseed. I know what he looks like from Darth's video now.
Oh.
Yeah, please give us the recording. I'm gonna go tell Angstrike about you don't want to come in the server and talk to Angstrike, Watcher.
Angstrike?
We really want the recording. He'll tell you his side of the story.
Good.
You want to?
Yeah.
Okay, Psycho, and we're gonna go into Debate Coliseum. Psycho and Watcher, I'll give you the link, okay?
All right.
I know where it's at. I'll meet you over there.
Can I come? Darth really hates Joe Sunseed.
I know. I can tell. But dude, what is up with this though?
What's what?
What is up with the dynamics of between them? It's like so weird. Like I just don't understand how they could stalk him for so long. I understand he's bullying, but he's not worth that. I mean, I don't know.
Do you want to join the debate coliseum?
Oh yeah. Let me
Banjo, are you and Watcher? Are you coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to come right.
Best friend room.
I'd sell both my nuts. What, 40K? Easy.
Guys, this Watcher, a dog in here, he has the recording of EF talking about us for an hour this morning. And he doesn't want to give it to us now because EF has successfully turned him against us. Because he said we're stalkers and stuff.
I'm more upset that you have an H in Watcher.
Oh yeah, I know. It's a funny story. It's like because I had my real name on it, like my first name, my last name. I was like, oh shit, I gotta change it. I'm in a large server, and I just fucking spelled the, Watcher wrong, on accident.
Well, don't ever change it now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, obviously. But yeah, guys, come on. Like I can't get past the stalking. That's the one thing that I can't get past.
What do you understand stalking to be?
Following someone around when they don't want to be followed around.
So the thing is he joins servers that we're in already, right? On Discord. And here's the annoying part. And I say this to somebody who doesn't follow him around whatsoever, but I have talked to him. He is inflammatory, right? He during discussions, he mutes half the room, which is incredibly annoying, right? Because then people are responding to him, and he just talks over them because he has them muted. So he insulates himself from criticism, even from people that don't stalk him. My first discussion with him, he told me that I was a stalker and that I was a troll, right? Even though I didn't do anything like that.
Wait, were you the
So
one
now,
earlier about Molinism? Who's the guy with Molinism?
No.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Oh, that was me.
That was
I've
you.
never talked to you before.
Alright.
So now, in a small circle of rooms, right? When he joins, there are people who join and listen as he tries out his shtick on the unsuspecting, right? These are rooms that we're already in, and we just listen and try to interact with him, but a lot of times he just has people muted, and if he doesn't have them muted, he pretends that they're muted, which is even more annoying, right? But he'll pretend to talk over people that he says he has muted, and you can hear him coming from his speakers. So he's just ignoring people, and he's ignoring their criticisms, right? And they're not even personal criticisms. These so-called stalkers, they literally are trying to engage him on his arguments, right?
Yeah,
and
he
just refuses. It's not personal.
Yeah, I mean that's something I wanted to bring up. Watcher, if you ever see it happen, right? So maybe it's true to some extent that Jack goes wherever he can follow EF into, but but he never, like, the points he brings up aren't personal attacks, right? He'll always address what EF's saying. He'll always address the ideas that EF's trying to put across. It's never, there are no ad hominems here. So it's like, but you got to take that with a grain of salt. Like, this is the internet, right? This kind of behavior is going to happen. If you put yourself out on a public forum, the public is going to come after you.
Right, so there's a really easy solution for EF, which is to just engage people literally just on the arguments, right? It doesn't have to get personal. He doesn't have to respond to personal attacks. If he would just respond to the arguments or the questions even that people had, right, he could diffuse a lot of the situation. But because of his personality and his kind of like wacky tactics of muting people, putting them on the troll list, or honestly being verbally abusive to people who are being nice to him, like Brenda, right? Have you ever heard how he talks to Brenda? It's insane.
Gigi or Godless?
No, Brenda.
Oh, I've heard. I think I heard her once or twice in the other
right.
chat.
Brenda's incredibly nice and tries to engage him on the arguments, right? And have you heard how he talks to her? It's insane.
Brenda's transgender, so she wants to be called Brenda. She wants to be female, and he'll call her Brendan and say that she's a man and stuff. Like, it's him who does the personal attacks. He wants to. He's found out so many of our personal information and wants to, like, this morning he showed you that thing of Jack, right? Cinemania video.
Yeah.
I have a recording. I'll post it in the chat right now of him saying he knows my name and where I live.
Just,
I'll post the audio file.
He's not a very Christian guy then, honestly.
But the point, obviously, being right is that the guys, that the people here that, and I think it's fair to say that, like, there are a few in here that do follow EF when he goes into these rooms, right? But it's always for the sake of addressing his arguments, right? They don't just go in to shout down EF. They go in to inform the other white belts, essentially, of these tactics so they can be prepared. Like, I'm not going to deny, like, if he wants to say that stalking is just, people following EF from room to room, there are some rooms that, Jack and everyone else aren't allowed to go in, and there are the ones that are, and they do follow EF into those rooms. But it's not for the sake of attacking EF so much as the ridiculous things that he says.
The other thing was when I was talking about Molinism, I wanted to describe it to you, right? Whenever he mentioned something, I asked him where he thinks I went wrong, but he didn't add anything to the conversation. I was more interested in trying to explain it to people, especially to you, in case you were unfamiliar with
Yeah,
Molinism.
I did find that weird.
Right.
But then again, with the hindsight that you've been following around for 5 or how many years?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, really? But does he like know of you as being affiliated with like the trolls or what? Like,
I know people who've known him for 5 years.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, they're in this room. There's a video of Jack doing a debate where EF is in the chat of the debate, posting the exact same video he sent me and he sent you earlier today, I imagine.
oh, of Jack?
Yeah.
Well, I mean.
But, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
One sec. Give me 1 minute.
So can we please have the recording?
I mean,
did something happen or
not really.
Or what?
I mean, he was just talking about you guys pretty much.
For a fucking hour.
Yeah, for a while, right? Uh, it's literally your word against his word at this point.
That's not true, actually.
Just
Because-
watch the video evidence.
All right, give me
Right.
one video,
Like-
video that displays
Here,
him being
I
an
pasted it right
Alright.
there. There it is again.
All right.
Darth Dawkins versus Brenda. Just listen to how our Brenda talks, right? And listen to how Darth
People
talks.
like
All right.
Matt Bell and others, for
This
instance.
will determine whether I give you the video. All right.
We can play the video in here, right? We can use the YouTube app.
Could do that.
And others, for instance, have said that evidentialism is a better way to go than presuppositionalism. You argue from evidence, and Matt Bell says he has evidential arguments for God's existence, and William Lane Craig takes that position also. William Lane Craig admits that presuppositionalism does not work because it's
Where did you get that from?
Get what from?
Where did you get that from?
I've read in a number of places that Craig says that.
Where did he say that?
I don't have the quotes on my.
Okay, well, I've read the quote in question.
Yeah.
And those people who have presented that quote of William Lane Craig essentially trashing presuppositionalism have cited it out of context.
Wait 1 second.
So in the video I posted, in the beginning of it, he's trying to attack this one guy in the hangout named Joseph, and I'm not even trying to talk to him that much. I'm just trying to tell Joseph what's wrong with what he's saying. And every time I speak up, he calls me a fat troll, and the video just shows it over and over again. Me trying to talk to Joseph and him calling me a fat troll.
People like Matt Bell and others, for instance, have said that the evidentialism is a better way to go than presuppositionalism. You argue from evidence, and Matt Bell says he has evidential arguments for God's existence, and William Lane Craig takes that position also. William Lane Craig admits that presuppositionalism does not work because it's.
Where did you get that from?
It begs the question.
I've read in a number of places that Craig says that.
Where did he say that?
I don't have the quotes on my.
Okay, I've read the quote in question.
Yeah.
And those people who have presented that quote of William Lane Craig essentially trashing presuppositionalism have cited it out of context. Do you know where it's from?
No, I don't recall. I don't have these memorized.
It's from the 5 views on on apologetics. So
his opinion.
No, you're pulling that out of your keister. You don't know what you're talking about. If you actually read the section in the book, he doesn't trash presuppositionalism, and in fact, he cites an argument from Alvin Plantinga, which he believes is even superior to the Ventilian presuppositionalism. So you're just quoting things that you don't know what you're talking about.
That Plantinga's evolutionary argument.
Right. The argument that William Lane Craig's, that he cites.
That's not a presup argument.
I will respond again, and then I won't speak to you further. You're pulling this out of your ass because you have heard people otherwise say that. Show me the quotation, the source, where William Lane Craig trashes the Ventilian transcendental argument for the existence of God or presuppositionalism. Show it to me.
Well, we've both seen it. I don't have it at my hand.
Well, guess what? I do.
Okay.
Clown.
All right. Prove me wrong. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to read it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to show that you're pulling that out of your keister, and you don't have it. It's from the 5 views on apologetics.
All right.
It's in the section where Craig is critiquing John Frame. Clown.
It's calling him a clown?
So your position is that they are
You
misquoting
don't,
or misrepresenting.
you don't have a source of William Lane Craig trashing presuppositionalism.
All right, that's it.
If you
Honestly,
do, produce the source,
no,
clown.
No, he's not, Darth. Or she's not.
Well, if he has,
Do you have the source, or are you simply regurgitating a rumor that you have heard attributing to William Lane Craig that he trashed presuppositionalism?
We both have in mind the same
Whatever you
quote.
look at it.
That's the quote that I have in
Supposed to
mind.
Christian
good. That
temperament,
quote that
and-
you have in
and that's
mind.
just being an asshole.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, we're listening to a recording, right?
Yeah, I know. But
Oh, I
he's
wasn't sure if
he's
you
in
were
there.
trying to
He's in this thing, but he's like he's a spy.
But it gets worse. We can he starts getting quite insulting. Do you want to
Yeah, continue.
listening?
Said Darth Dawkins is in here spying.
Yeah, he's a spy in here. I'm just gonna leave it out there. He's a spy in here. No more freaking sneaking. He's a spy.
Who is?
Darth.
He's a spy in here?
I know he's a spy in here.
Yeah.
But who do
Is
you
it
think?
EJ Chief?
What was that?
Is it EJ Chief?
I'm not a spy. Just putting that out there right now. This is my
Oh.
voice.
I have
don't
no
know
idea,
if I sound
but-
like the guy, but I'm not a spy.
Like
Is it James?
James? I have no idea.
That sounded a little bit like Ocean there.
Anyway,
James
the
Bond?
point
Well,
was.
hold on a second. James Bond, are you there?
Dun dun dun.
Can you go on mic, man?
I would give him a break if he was younger, but he's like he
He
sounds
says
pretty
he's
old.
not a spy. Spy confirmed. That's exactly what a spy is.
Find another James Bond account. See if there are two of them.
All right.
James Bond. I mean,
I just can't get over the fact that he's an old man, or he's older man. He's talking all this, like temperament. It's very shitty, honestly.
it's 1,000% not James Bond. This James Bond is friends with Helena, Krillism.
Okay, he's legit. All right.
Marty. This is the real deal. You know.
I had one more question, but that's fine.
But there's something important, right? Which is that you
Is it
said
Dutch,
that
David?
you said that if you were given this sort of evidence, right, you would be sort of convinced or something like that. So how did you find the evidence? Right?